Thanks for joining me today. I'm Aaron Rutten, and today I'm going to be singing karaoke. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be giving you a tour of my studio, and this fancy microphone is going to help me move about the room because there's a lot going on here. I feel like Bob Barker here with this microphone. Let's go ahead and dive into the room, and we'll start with the background here because this is what you see when you watch my videos. There's all kinds of junk back here, and believe it or not, it has a meaning. So the thing that probably stands out the most is the Ninja Turtle shrine here. I really loved Ninja Turtles as a kid, and so I'm doing what all midlife crisis adults do, and that is buy up the things you didn't have as a child, or the things that you had that you for some reason lost or destroyed. So there's a local thrift store that I like to check out. It's pretty low-key, and I find toys and I buy them. That's my thing. You may call it hoarding, but it's fun for me. Now, some of this I did receive as a gift. I got a couple plush toys, you know? I got an eye for this stuff. I see green at the thrift store, and I'm jumping on it. You might wonder what these foam things are. These are pads that help diffuse some of the reflections of sound that bounce off of my walls. Down here, we have some various Wacom tablets. As you know, I review these things, and so I have quite a few hanging out here. You might ask why I don't give these away or sell these. Been there, done that. It ends up being kind of a big hassle, so at this point, I like them better just as something to decorate my background. We got the newest Wacom Intuos, we got the small Intuos Pro 2nd generation, we got the Wacom 1, we got the Wacom Cintiq 22, and there's an old Wacom Creative Pen and Touch. Got this old Wacom tablet. This is a bamboo. I like it because it's silver. It's kind of shiny and it looks nice. So I made kind of like an art installation out of it. I found this at the thrift store. It was like $5, $6, something like that. So it shows that you can get a drawing tablet, assuming that the drivers still work for this, for $5 or $6 if you're lucky enough. And we got the Boglin, another old 80s toy. So over here, there's kind of a lot going on. We'll start with the lower area and then work our way up. So if you haven't noticed already, there's kind of a theme going on here. Like, this is all creative stuff that I was into as a kid, or not all of it, but most of it. You know, there's more toys. Like, toys are something that kids play with. Yeah, I'm an adult, I have toys, but these toys helped shape my imagination, and that's the imagination that I use now to have a successful career as an artist. Without building that imagination, without that constant workout as a kid, I might not be as creative as I am today. So down at the bottom, we got a couple of board games that are art related. These are just, you know, fun things that I pick up at the thrift store. We have some ink pens. I do still draw in sketchbooks sometimes, and there's a bunch of sketchbooks. I'll show you a few images in those. And then above that, we have a basket of retro game cables. It looks like there's a Nintendo game in there. There's this thing called the Retro Tink, which allows me to connect retro consoles or other types of retro devices to the HDMI on my computer so that I can capture it. And then we have some more retro controllers for the Super Nintendo, GoPro charging cables. This is kind of the Nintendo area, I guess. We've got some Nintendo characters here. 2 of these are from Happy Meals, and these are just something from my childhood that I remember from Super Mario 3. We have this cool Native American artwork that my friend got me. Bunch of G.I. Joes, a couple of Street Fighter ones in there. There's some He-Man action figures back there. There is a Transformer, Final Fantasy VII for PlayStation, Encino Man on VHS, and then we have a Super Nintendo with this lovely gold finish. We got Mario Paint in there because Mario Paint is one of those games that basically allows you to create digital art and digital music and animations. And that really is something that set me on the trajectory toward being a digital artist. I got to hang out and make digital art on my Super Nintendo. Behind that's a nice Super Nintendo poster. We got the classic Nintendo, a couple controllers. And then if I move on over to this side, a whole bunch of random books. A lot of them are about art. Some of them are about musicians. A pretty good Far Side collection. I think I have nearly every book here. And you can see a keyboard back there. I do like to play music on the piano. Moving on up, we have the Bob Ross shrine. We got this Bob Ross NECA action figure. He's holding Macho Man Randy Savage's cape while Macho Man Randy Savage does a quick painting of a mountain. And then we have lots of Bob Ross junk. There's Bob Ross's face on everything, and well, I just keep collecting it. We have a Proco skull. If you know what that is, it's a skull that's used for drawing faces. We have the award I got for passing 100,000 subscribers, thanks to folks like you who watch my channel. Little Donald Duck retro toy, the VTech Video Painter. This is my very first drawing tablet. I have a video about it you can check out, so I won't say too much about it, but this thing hooked up to a VCR. You could draw on it with a battery-free cordless pen. And hey, it's a Wacom tablet. It's just not very fancy, but you know, that's how I got started doing digital art. Before I was even into digital art, I used crayons. These are retro crayons. This is like a really old pack of crayons that I found at the thrift store. Aren't you excited? And they are unused, believe it or not, unused crayons from maybe the 60s or so. So that's really awesome to me. Next to that, we got Jim Morrison. We got a print of a stippling that I made of Jim Morrison that I no longer have the original of. We have the pen for one of my very first actual drawing tablets. Things damn near falling apart. And if we move over a bit more, there is a Wacom Mobile Studio Pro 16 down there. Above that is some random batteries and camera gear, stuff like that. Just little miscellaneous things that I don't want to lose track of. We have Mario Paint attached to the mouse pad and the mouse that you would use to play Mario Paint. And I do hook this up and play it now and then, and I will do a live stream of it sometime. And then just some other random stuff on the shelf. There are some original Ghostbusters action figures. There's more He-Man, some Spawns, and then some comic books. Spawn 1, there's the Max, Shadowhawk, Savage Dragon, Wolverine, all kinds of 80s and 90s comics there. There's a, unfortunately not an original in the package, Egon Ghostbusters action figure, but this is one of the remakes that you could buy at Walmart, so I got that. Thanks to Steve Bolt for the tip on that. And then I have a print of a painting I made, kind of a Salvador Dali-esque kind of painting. Now this is really cool. This is a Far Side calendar from Gary Larson, and this is his digital art. This is all new stuff here that was just released, and I think that this is awesome. I may be a little bit biased here, but you should definitely check this out. This is really cool because it's got a nice little message from Gary on the back side of it to me, and this is like one of the most awesome pieces in my office. Can't even get in the shot here. There's all kinds of crap on this whole area here. We got a big giant ass bag of Batman action figures, kind of the 90s Batman the animated series. I did have them set up at one point, but then I took them down because I'm not like really into Batman, but the hoarder in me couldn't resist buying giant bags of Batman toys, so I did, because they were all together. Why not? There's like nearly every character here. Some really cool retro Ninja Turtle sheets. Came up on those from one of my cousins. Random little drawers with all kinds of stuff in them, just little things that people have in their office. Nothing that you're really excited about. Paper, who cares about paper? Wait a minute, who cares about lens wipes, pre-moistened? We got cameras, we got hard drives, we got a back cushion, because I'm old. We got camera bags full of all kinds of camera cables and stuff, because I'm really organized and I like to have everything together where it goes. Water bottle, couple of plants. We got a fish tank with no fish in it. In fact, there's nothing in there because I had a fish and then it died. I don't know what to do with this. Maybe I'll put a scorpion in it. Maybe I'll use it to grow plants. I don't know, but it's here just to remind me that I paid like $100 for this and I'm getting nothing out of it. Now this is really exciting. We have some stuff on my desk. Random remotes for stuff. I got a charger stand for my phone, which really comes in handy because then it can always show me notifications and I can be constantly distracted by it. We have all different kinds of pens that I use. Normally I'm just using my main pen, which is actually hanging out somewhere else, but I do have this Wacom art pen that I use a lot. I never use the airbrush, but I thought, you know what, it can just sit there and like be on display as a relic of past Wacom failures. Got the Wacom Pro Pen 2, although it doesn't work on my Cintiq, it does work on other tablets, which I sometimes hook up and use during live streams. All kinds of necessary cables and other types of pens that aren't necessarily digital art pens, but some of them are. There's this cool pencil. More crayons, because every now and then, if I just want to like get in the artistic zone, I'll grab a thing of crayons and I'll just smell them. That's a true story. I don't do it that often though. It's not like weird or anything. Random USB dongles and drives and stuff like that. Cool. We've seen all this stuff on the desk. All right, now let's attempt to capture kind of the point of view of when I'm sitting at my desk. Like, this is all the stuff I work with. I have a Stream Deck with all kinds of shortcuts. This thing is incredibly useful. Saves me a lot of time. I have a keyboard. I got a mouse. I know people hate these marble mice, but I really like them a lot. Cintiq 27Q HD Touch. This is one of the best drawing tablets still, even though it's not the newest one. It's awesome. Got the Express Key remote. Behind that, I have my microphone, which is on a stand. I could just move it out in front of myself, record, move it back. And then behind that, we have an HD TV that I use. Off to the side, there is another just regular monitor. And then I have my camera here, which I can just move right in front of me, point at myself, and really easily I can just kind of move the camera into place, record, move the one over my shoulder, record the over the shoulder view, and I'm good. It makes it super easy. It's really convenient to record that way. Then I have some lights and everything set up through my Stream Deck. They're all smart lights and I can turn them on and off. So for example, if I wanted the lights to be all red, I can do that. Now all the lights are red except for the main light, which is, obviously white to illuminate me. I can do other solid colors like all blue, or I could do all green. This is all linked up through IFTTT, and it works really well to change my lights without me having to go into apps or do anything else. And I even have different scenes, like I could do the lights all different colors and different intensities if I want kind of like more of a neutral thing like this. Or I could have something like I had earlier, which is like a natural scene. There it goes. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm going to switch to kind of like a handheld view with my phone, just so you can really get a sense of where everything is and how it works. This is a standing desk, so I can actually like raise it up if I want to and have it be taller. I don't want to break my camera here because it's actually behind it. I need to lift that up. That's easily done with this boom arm that attaches to the wall. Got another one of those over here. And this is so much better than having any sort of tripod on the ground or anything like that. This one records my over-the-shoulder view of the Cintiq, and the other one's just kind of like a frontal cam. But as you can see in this studio tour, I've been using these cameras and just very easily moving them around on these arms to get different angles. An audio mixer, this is probably overkill for what I do, but you know what? It comes in handy to have all these different controls and stuff. Got a lamp so it can kind of illuminate my hand when I'm drawing. And then I have this fan, which keeps me cool. There's a ring light, which makes my skin not look horrible in videos. And then maybe the most important thing in my space is the air conditioner. I know it's a little bit overkill, but man, it gets hot in here. Like, right now it's 77.5. I have a fish tank thermometer. Hey, that fish tank came in handy. So then I can easily just use my remote here when it's too hot to turn it down a little bit. Because this computer, any like really nice computer is going to put out a lot of heat. It's basically like having a space heater in your office. So even with opening the window and all that stuff, it doesn't really do much. So I got to cool it off. This thing is awesome. When I've spent so many years sitting in here sweating. It's horrible working in like 80, 82, 84 degree temperatures. So awesome. Above that, we got a few more of those little tile things. We have a digital painting that I did that's in an antique bubble glass frame that I got from my grandmother. Really cool. And then I think there's not really much left to show you here. There's a closet that just stores some random stuff like the digital art shirts that I wear, different things that I use sometimes, but not all that often. And then some organization here, random camera stuff, color calibration, cables, Super Nintendo games, original Secret of Mana, official game secrets guide. If you're interested in what kind of games I have here, you can see Link to the Past, Castlevania, Contra 3, NBA Jam, Super Mario World, Secret of Mana. What is that other one? Super Metroid. More camera stuff, more organization. It's very important. Some tripods. It's kind of out of the way. A couple digital paintings. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might be everything. I may have covered everything. You know, last time I did this, I left some stuff out. So I just want to make sure, did I get everything? Yes, I got everything. And now you can kind of just see like all the crap I have in here. All right, that was it. That was a look at my studio. Hopefully you enjoyed this behind the scenes video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and comment in and let me know what you think. I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.